Welcome back. Today we are exploring the monitoring hub in Microsoft Fabric. So we are exploring the mission control for everything happening across your Fabric environment. If you have ever wondered what's running right now or why did the job fail last night, the monitoring hub is your answer. Let's jump right in. Here is a scenario. You have built an emerging Fabric environment. You have got workspaces with lakehouses, data flows, notebooks, and pipelines. Things are running, data is flowing. But here is the questions. Do you actually know what is happening? Can you see which jobs are running, which ones failed, who is doing what? Without proper monitoring, you are basically driving with your eyes closed. You might get where you are going, but you will have no idea what's happening along the way. The monitoring hub solved this by giving you one centralized place to see absolutely everything. So monitoring hub is essential, your activity dashboard for all of Fabrics. It's not just for things you own. You can see actively for any item you have permissions to view. This means if you are collaborating with others, you get visibility into the entire picture, not just your little corner of it. And one of the most powerful aspects of the monitoring hub is that it's a real time. When you run a data flow, it immediately appears in the hub showing its status. It is running. Has it succeeded? Did it fail? You see as like it is happening. When you open the Microsoft Hub, you see a list of activities. Each row represents something that's happened or is currently happening. A notebook that just ran, a data flow that's in progress, a pipeline that's completed an hour ago. For each activity, you get key information at a glance. What type of item is it? What's its status? When did it start? How long has been running? The, this quick overview lets you spot issues immediately. And the status indicator mm, are your quick health check. So you can see green succeeded. Uh, also, then you can think it's running fine. Then you can see red status for fail status. So this visual feedback is invaluable for operational awareness. You do not need to check 20 different places. One glance at a monitoring hub tells you like your environment is healthy or if there are issues like that needs to give some attention. Now here is something really useful: historical run. Tracking any item that runs multiple times builds up a history. And maybe you have a data flow that runs every morning to refresh your sales data. The monitoring hub keeps track of every single run. And by this, you can see if anything happened into your system. You can find out uh, the issues very easily. And there are different other options like you can filter and customize the view. Maybe you only want to see failed activities, so you can focus on problems. Or maybe you want to see only data flows, not notebooks. The hub lets you narrow down to exactly what matters to you. You can filter by status, by item type, by time period, whatever makes sense for your workflow. And also there is option like column customization. Um, Maybe you care deeply about who submitted his job, so you can add like column submitted by, or maybe duration, how long that job run, when that is started, when that finished. So by tailoring the view for your specific needs, and the monitoring hub becomes more efficient, and you are not scrolling like the past irrelevant information. You are saying exactly what you need, laid out exactly how you want to see that one. So let's I think you will get a very good idea or good understanding by going through the hands-on lab. So let's start the lab now. This lab we are going to see monitoring option with the data fabric in the monitoring hub. So the monitoring hub in Microsoft Fabric actually provides a central place where we can monitor different activities. So let's do start the lab. So here we have connected to Microsoft Fabric. So first let's create a workspace. Click on workspace, new workspace, give a workspace name. Select the licensing options and make sure Fabric capacity is enabled. Click on apply. So empty workspace there. Now create a lake house. Select a new item. Click lake. You are getting that lake house. Select that lake house. Give a unique name. Click on create. So it's in progress. So you can see that a lake house is created now. And if you see the Explorer site in that there are tables and files in the lake house, but they are empty right now. So now we're going to create and monitor a data flow. So in Microsoft Fabric, we can use a data flow Gen 2 to ingest data from a wide range of sources. And in this case, successfully created analytics. So here you can see the analytics down below. So we'll use a data flow to get data from a CSV file and load into a table into this lakehouse. So for that, use that get data options here. Select that one, and then we'll select the new data flow Gen 2. Give a data flow name, and then click on create. So in the data flow designer page, we're going to input based on a CSV file. So that first select input from a text CSV file. And here is the option that the uh, link to the file. Here is the link or path for that file. And all others, we are just taking the, okay, give a connection name. All others considering as a default value. So now click on next. It's connecting to the data source. And you can see the preview the data file here, delimiter comma based on the first 200 rows. Just click on create here. And we can see the data here. And also there is option like applied steps you can see from here, name, and also the data destination is lakehouse. And it's showing that draft is Okay, but I don't see anything related to published here, which is like a lab instruction. Now let's select that monitor to see is it doing anything. Get product data, lake house, levels, refresh. Let me go through again. Genflow 2. If I give the name, it's already exist. So let me go back to workspace, lake house. Maybe that is still working, so we'll wait for a few minutes. Maybe this new one does not have that publish option. So what we will do, we'll just let's execute, save and run. Now, okay, let's open duplicate tab and see the monitor window over there. Click monitor, and we can see that here it's showing um, the data flow actually is in progress. And now we can see that it has been succeeded. So now let's go back to Lakehouse. Expand that Lakehouse option, and under DBO, under tables, we can see that products table has been created. And also has been loaded with the data. So now let's create and monitor a Spark notebook. So for that, let's go to workspace, then create a notebook. Give a name. Notebook 1 is fine. Click on create. And descriptor. So let's go back, rename this notebook. So from this workhouse as a notebook, rename that one. So no rename straight. So go back to that settings, and there's a give this name, notebook name to query products. Click outside, close that one. Now let's go back to notebook, and here is that add data items. Select that add data items, and there is a two options: new lakehouse or existing data source. Select that existing data source and select the lakehouse that we created before. So click connect. Now just to see that here, okay, now from products, that ellipsis button, mm, you can just select load data and to Spark. So it's loaded here. Now we can execute that one. Session is started. It is going to show us like 1000 products from that table. And first one can always take little time because it's actually reading from the disk, then memory. So here you can see that output of data, and to stop the session button, you can just select that from here, stop session. And let's go back to monitor tab. Oh, I have selected that one already. Okay, let's go to monitor. And from here, you can see that notebook activity that we have done. It is also listed here. Now, other thing that we can also monitor the history for an item. Uh, like some items in a workspace might be run multiple times, and you can use that monitoring hub to view their run history. Now let's go back to workspace. Go to this get product data flow. Refresh now. See, if we do that on refresh option, let's see what it is doing. So if we refresh here, we can see that it is in progress. So we can see that information here. So you can see the data flow is in progress. And now from here, we can also see the historical runs. If you select that historical runs to get the history that way when it was run. And another option, you can take that export. You can see that more other columns. If you want, you can select that, like we can see start time, we don't see end time. So let's select the end time. We can see how much time it took. So it is, let's refresh. We have added that end time, but why as then set button? No, but maybe it can take little time to pop up that option here. But you can add different field like duration and click on apply. It's still not there. Maybe it may take little time. And from here you can go back main view, select main view. You can go to there. So from here, like we can also do other way, like customize monitoring hub views that the item we see here. I think because from there did not select, let's try from here that the filter button you see, select that filter button. But that mainly for status wise, not like other, I don't know why that, maybe it will take time. So here, if you want, you can see that web like defined status, like when that only succeeded. We don't want it progress one. So like in progress, so if we did the only succeed, so only we can see only succeeded one, and we can see if only failed one, so it will give there is nothing failed. So you can select the options from here. So let's select for succeeded for now, and that column option, I'm not sure why it's not coming there, but as per lab, let's select some options here. Activity name, status, item time, start time, submitted by location, end time, duration, and refresh time. And you can go down below, that's it, and click on apply. I think that will take little time to pop up here. I'm not sure why, but I don't see all other options here. Still not there. Okay, if I go clear, so let me for a minute and come back. Here you go. So now if I move back, we can see all those columns that I have selected. So that's it for this lab. Now let's clean up resources. For that, let's go back to workspace, workspace settings, remove this workspace and click delete. So see you in next lab. Thank you.